First of all, thanks for being part of this video. We are very near to our IBPS PO exam. I think it is from 23rd August. So, it means on the next coming Saturday is our exam. So, let's see the most expected IBPS PO quant question paper. In this session, we are going to see simplifications 10 questions, arithmetics 10 questions, quadratic equations 5 questions, missing number series 5 questions, and a data interpretation set which have 5 questions. So totally we see 35 questions, which is similar to our PO quant paper. So let's get started with our simplifications. First question. So simplifications first question, 62.5 percentage. It is nothing but the fraction value of 5 by 8. If you don't know the fraction value, what we do is we take this thing. 25 times will be 65. 25 40 times. 5 times 5 8 times. This is how we got a 5 by 8 as a 62.5 percentage fraction value. Okay. So let's see our question. It is given that 62.5 percentage of 576. 8 7 times and 2 times. 5 into 72. How we write this as 10 divided by 2 into 72. So we got 36 into 10, which will be 360. Okay. 16.66 percentage of 300. 16.66 percentage means the fraction value will be 1 by 6 into 300. So 6 50 times will be 300. So what we have is in between plus. So sum of these two, we get a 360 plus 50, which will be 410. 410 equals to question mark plus 19 square. 19 square value is 361. So 361 comes other side with minus equals to x. So what we have is 49 is our answer. So option C is the answer for this question. Next, second question. Let's solve this one. Here 4 1 by 7 1 by 11 means 45 divided by 11 into 7 3 times 21 plus 1 22 by 3 division. Okay, division means started with here in the denominator. 5 3 times 15 plus 15 plus 4 19 divided by 3 means 3 goes on the numerator into 12 1 times will be 12 plus 7 19 divided by 12. From this we can eliminate these two 11 2 times 2 6 times 3 2 times and 3 15 times. So what we have is 15 divided by 2. Option C is the answer for this question. Okay. Now we are moving with the question number 3. Let's solve this one. 1.36 plus 1.14 means 2.5 whole square. 2.5 whole square, which will be 625. Due to a point in between, we place it after 2 points. Okay, into 4 times into 1.75. We can write this as a 1 3 by 4. So 6 4 times, which will be 24. 0.25 into 4 times, which will be 1. So 24 plus 1, which will be 25. 25 into 4 1 times 4 plus 3 7 by 4. So what we have is 25 into 7 by 4. 25 7 times, which will be 175 divided by 4. 4 times will be 16, and we left with 15 means 4 3 times will be 12. So 7 times and 5 times. So we got 43.75 is our answer. Option D is the answer for this one. Now we are moving with the next question, fourth one. Here we see 81 whole power 1 by 4 means the value will be 3. Why? Because the 3 power 4 is 81. 1 by 4 and 3 by 3 power 4. So this is how we got 3 as our value. So first one is first part. This value is 3. Here 729 whole power minus 1 by 3. Minus 1 by 3 means the value in the denominator. 729 is 9 cube. Whole power 1 by 3. So what we have is in the denominator 3. So what we totally get from these two is 3 into 1 divided by 9 into 9 square. So what we have is 3 into 9 square divided by 9. So eliminating 1 9, what we have is 9 3 times. 27 is our answer. Option A is the answer for this one. Next, fifth question. Let's solve this one. X minus 7 square means x minus 49 divided by 35% of 40. So I can see a percentage single 0, 2 multiple and 5 multiple. So 5, 7 times will be 35. 2 times will be 4. So what we have is 7 2 times is the value of this one, 14. So into this will be 45 divided by 3 into 10. 0.3. I write this as a 3 divided by 10. So 10 goes on the numerator. What we have is this thing. 0 cancel. 15 3 times. 3 and 3 cancels. 7 and 7 cancels. What we have is x minus 49 equals to this 2 goes other side with 1 into 2. So what we have is x equals to 49 plus 2, which will be 51. So answer will be option C, 51 is our answer. Next, sixth question. 784 1297 minus 613 minus 429 minus 811. So what we have here is 18. This will be 10 2081. Here what we have is 13 5. So 1853. So difference between 2081 minus 1853, which will be 8, 2 and 2. So answer will be 228. Option A is our answer. Next, seventh question. Here we see 50 square, which will be 2500 into 4 divided by, we see 2 times division. So means 80 into 25. Okay, equals to 8 square, which will be 64 minus x. So 25 100 times 4 20 times 25 times. So what we have is 5 equals to 64 minus x. So x value will be 64 minus 5, which will be 59. Answer is 59. Option A is the answer for this question. Now we are moving to question number 8. Here we see 75% means 3/4 of 340. 4 8 times, which will be 32, and 20 means 5 times. 5 15 8 3 times 24 25. 255 is the answer for this one. Next, 150% of 170. Percentage and double zeros cancel. 15 into 17 times, which will be 15 7 times. 105. 15 10 1 times 15. Okay, we have 255. So sum of these two, difference between these two, we got 0 is our answer. Option D. Okay. Next, let's solve question number 9. Here we see 4 divided by 5 into root over 1225. It will be the value of 35. 5 7 times. 7 4 times, which will be 28. 28 here divided by 1/3 of 729 whole power 1 by 3 means 9 cube. So the value will be 9. 3 times. So what we have in the denominator we have is 28 divided by 3 equals to x plus 1 divided by 3. 1 divided by 3 goes on the other side. What we have is 28 by 3 minus 1 by 3. So we have 27 divided by 3 equals to x. So x value we got is 9. So answer will be 9. Option B is the answer for this question. Next, 10th question. Here we see 11 divided by 7 into 210 divided by 100 x equals to 11 into 6. So 11 and 11 cancels. 0 and 0 cancel. 7 3 times. So 3 2 times. So what we left is 10 in the denominator and here 2. So what the value is x equals to 2 into 10 which will be 20. So answer will be 20. Option A is our answer. Now we are going to see arithmetic questions. First question. A 594 liters of mixture contains milk and water in 4:7 ratio. Okay, respectively. If 55 liters of mixture is replaced with 70 liters of milk. Okay. So if we subtract 55 from 594, we get 539. So 539 is in the ratio of 4:7 of milk and water. So milk and water in the final result we have is 4:7 means 4 into total 11 parts. 11 parts value is 539 means 1 part value will be 1149 times. So 4 into 49 7 into 49. 4 9 times 36 4 times 16 19 196 7 9 times 63 and 7 4 times 28 plus 6 34. So these are the values we have. Now the question says that the quantity of milk in the resultant. Here we need to add 17 to the milk. So adding 17 to that we get a milk ratio. Milk value will be 213. And the question asked is the quantity of the milk in the resultant which is 213 is approximately how much percentage of the quantity of total mixture. Total mixture means here 213 and 343. So 213 and 343 will be total 556 and asking about percentage. So into 100. So we need to find the value of 213 divided by 556 into 100 and approximately. So 55 3 times. So nearly 3 times. What if it is 40 times? It will be near to, if we take 40%, it is nearly 250 nearly. So it is less than 40 and it is more than 35. So answer will be approximately 38. Option B is our answer. If you want to calculate this one, try to solve this one. We got approximately 38 is our answer. Next, second question. Let's solve this one. Here it says that 10500 is invested in a scheme A at a simple interest of 40% per annum. So 10500 we eliminate that and 40% per annum. So 40. This is the interest what we get for an year. The interest received from scheme A is reinvested for 2 years in a scheme B which offers a compound interest of 20%. 20% for 2 years compound interest means the total rate will be 44%. And it is on the interest what we got in the scheme A. Okay. What is the interest earned by scheme B? So we need to find the value of this one. 0 cancel. 5 21 times 5 2 times 2 22 times. So what we have is a 21 into 4 into 22. So for 2 times 8 into 21 into 11 times. This will be 231 into 8. 8 1 times will be 8. 8 3 times 24. 8 2 times 16 plus 2 18. 1848 is our answer. So option D is the answer for this question. Next, third question. Third question. Sudha can complete a work in 80 days. Sudha started the work alone and left after working on it for 55 days. So Sudha worked for 55 days. His capacity will be 80 days. Okay. And if the Vineet completed the rest of the work in 50 days. So Vineet completed in 15 days the rest of the work. But we don't know how many days it can complete. Vineet can complete. So we write X as there and the work of 1 unit will be completed. So what we have is taking this to other side. So we have 50 divided by X equals to 1 minus 55 divided by 80. So what we left is 25 divided by 80. So 25 2 times. So X value will be 160. So Vineet can complete the whole work in 160 days. Now what we need to find is find the time taken by Sudha and Vineet together to complete the whole work. So Sudha completed in 80 days. Vineet can complete in 160 days. Together can complete means A into B by A plus B. So into and sum of these two we get 240. So 80 3 times. 160 divided by 3. 50 3 times which will be 159 and 1 divided by 3. So 53 1 by 3 is our answer. Option B is the answer for this question. Let's see the fourth question. The present age of Amrita is 24 years. So Amrita is 24 years. 3 years ago from now, the average age of Geeta and Amrita was 23. So 3 years ago, Geeta and Amrita average is 23 means their total will be 46 when it is 3 years ago. So 3 years ago is 46 means now plus 3 to total. So 46 plus 46 which will be 46 plus 6 which will be 52. So 52 is the present age of Geeta and Amrita. Okay. So here we have Amrita present age is 24 means Geeta age can be find using it. Difference between these two will be 8 and 28 is our answer for Geeta. Age for the Geeta. So we got Amrita's age and Geeta's age. 3 years hence from now, the average age of Amrita and Aarti. So saying that 3 years from now. So we know that the age of Amrita is 24. 3 years hence means her age will be 27. And Aarti age we don't know. Saying that their average is 30 means total will be 60. So Aarti age will be after 3 years. So 3 years hence Aarti's age will be 60 minus 27 which will be 33. Okay. What is the sum of the ages of Geeta and Aarti after 5 years? So it is 3 years after age. So adding to this one we reach to 5 years. So what we have Aarti age will be 35 and Geeta's is after 5 years 28 plus 5 which will be 33. So sum of 33 and 35 we get a 68. So option A is the answer for this question. 68. Now we are going to see the next question. A boy covered a total distance of 800 kilometers such that he has covered the first 300 kilometers at 20 kilometers per hour. So total 800 is the distance. First 300 kilometers in 20 kilometers per hour speed. Okay. 40% of the remaining. 300 completed means we left with 500 kilometers. 40% of the distance, means 40% of 500, which will be 200 kilometers. 200 kilometers on at 40 kilometers per hour, and covered the remaining distance. So totally we have completed 300 plus 200, 500 completed, left with 300 kilometers. The remaining distance at a speed of 25 kilometers per hour. So this is a 25 kilometers per hour. Now what we need to find is find his average speed. Average speed equals to total distance. So total distance will be 800 divided by individual times. T1 will be here distance, here S1 speed, which will be distance by speed will be the time. So 300 divided by 20, which will be 15, plus 200 divided by 40, which will be 5 times, plus 300 divided by 25. Double zeros and 25 means into 4, 4 times, which will be 12. So what we have is 800 divided by 25, 20 plus 12, which will be 32. 800 times 8, 4 times, 4 25 times. So what we get is 25 as our answer. 25 kilometers per hour. Option C is the answer for this question. Now we are going to see question number 6. The cost price of the article P and selling price of the article Q are 600 and 840. So cost price of P is 600. Selling price of Q is 840. The article P was sold at 15% profit. 15% profit means 90. 90 means the selling price, which will be selling price of P, which will be 690. And says that article Q was marked 25% above its cost price. So this is the selling price. We don't know the cost price and we don't know the market price. Okay, let's see the remaining. And sold after giving a 10% discount of the cost price of article P. So 10% is of CP, which will be 60. 60 is the discount given on the market price of Q. So after giving discount, we sold at selling price. So what we have is 840 equals to market price minus 60. So market price of Q, which will be 840 plus 60, which will be 900. So we got a market price. From this we can able to find the cost price. Here it is given that Q was marked 25% above the cost price. 25% above means 25% means 1/4. 1/4 above means 5 by 4. 5 by 4. So 5 parts value is nothing but 900. So 1 part value will be 180. 180 into 4 times we need to find it. 4 parts value is the cost price. So cost price of the article Q will be 4 parts value. 4 parts value will be 4 into 180, which will be 720. So the cost price of article Q is 720. Now the question asked is what is the difference between the cost price of article Q? So talking about 720 minus selling price of the article P, 690. Difference between these two. So difference between these two is 30. Option D is the answer for this question. Okay. Now we are moving to question number 7. Here we see 1/7 of a number A is 25% more than. 25% more means 25% means 1/4. 1/4 more means 5/4 of 1/5 of another number. 1/5 of another number B. Okay. Now the question asked is A is how much percentage of B? So talking about A divided by B into 100. Asking about this thing. So here what we have is A divided by B equals to 5 and 5 cancels. 7 divided by 4 we left. So A divided by B means 7 divided by 4 into 100. This is what we need to find. 4 25 times. 25 7 times, which will be 175. So answer will be option B, 175 is our answer. Now we are moving to question number 8. A team of 6 members is to be formed from 8 boys and 6 girls. 8 boys, 6 girls. In how many ways can this be done when at least 4 girls are included? So at least 4 girls are included means we need to take 6 members. So 4 girls and 2 boys, or one more possibility we have is at least, it is talking about at least means we can take 5 girls and 1 boy, and one more possibility we have is we can take all the members, 6 members, all the girls. So this is the possibilities what we have for at least 4 girls. Okay, then we need to find the value of this one. This is the number of ways. Okay, let's see. 4 girls. So total here 6 girls. So we need to take 4 girls. Means 6C4. 6C4 means we can write this as a 6C2 also. Okay. So 6C2 value will be, wait a second. 6C2 value will be 6 into 5 divided by 2 into 2 boys. Here we have 8 boys. So we need to select 2 boys. Means 8C2 value we need to find. 8C2 which will be 8 into 7 divided by 2. Okay. 2 3 times. 3 5 times will be 15. 2 4 times. 4 7 times will be 28. 15 into 28 is the value for this total part. So 15 8 times which will be 120. 120 and 15 2 times 30 and 12. So 420 is the value for this part. Okay. Next we need to find this one. 5 girls from 6 girls. So how many ways we can take is 6 5 6C5. Instead of 6C5 we can take this as a 6C1. Okay, 6C1 means our value will be 6 divided by 1. So we got the value of 1. 1 boy from 8 boys. So how many ways we have is 8C1. 8C1 means 8 only. So 8 6 times 48. So 420 plus 48 plus 6 girls. Here total 6 girls and we need to take 6 girls means there is only one way. So totally we have, this is our answer, 420 plus 48 plus 1. So answer will be 469. Option C is the answer for this question. Okay. Now we are going to question number 9. Question number 9 says that P is 12.5% more efficient than R. So P by R efficiency ratio is 1 by 8. 1 by 8 more means 9 by 8. Okay. Q is 20% more efficient than R. So Q divided by R is saying that 20% more. 20% means 1/5. 1/5 more means 6 by 5. Okay. So what we have the efficiencies is P is to Q is to R. Here we have 9 is to 8 and 6 is to 5. To make these two are equal, we need to multiply this with 5, this with 8. So 8 5 times which will be 40. 6 8 times 48. 9 5 times which will be 45. So these are the efficiency ratio of PQR. Now question says that PQR together can complete the work in 3 days. So the total efficiency will be 45 plus 48 plus 40 which will be 133. 133 and saying that the total work is completed in 3 days. So 3 days means the total units will be 399 is the total units of work. Okay, if P and Q worked together for 3 days. So 45 plus 48 means 93 units for 3 days. 3 times 9 3 times 27. So 279 units is completed by P and Q together for 3 days. So find the number of days taken by R to complete the remaining work. So difference between these two we need to find first. So difference will be 0, 2 and 120. 120 units will be the remaining work. This work is completed by R divided by 40. So 120 divided by 40 means 3 days. So the R can complete the remaining work in 3 days. So answer will be option A, 3 days is the answer. Now we are moving with the final question of arithmetic. 10th question. A person has to pay 25 rupees for each kilometer he traveled by auto rickshaw. Okay. And rupees 30 when traveling by car. If he totally pays 1160 for traveling a total distance of 42 kilometers. So by auto rickshaw and by car, total distance he covered is 42 kilometers. We don't know how much part of distance covered by auto rickshaw, but they take 25 rupees as a charge by auto rickshaw. And for car, we don't know how much distance it is traveled. For that distance, he pay 30 rupees for kilometer and totally pays 1160. So in this second equation, we see 5 as common. 5 times which will be 25 AR plus 5 6 times C equals to 5 2 times 232. So we have this equation and this equation. Solving these two equations, we can write this as 5AR and 5CR into 5 means 210. So from these two, if we eliminate, subtracting this equation with the second one, eliminating these two, we have C equals to 232 minus 210, which will be 22. So car travels 22 kilometers distance. Okay. Now the question asked is how much distance he traveled by auto rickshaw. Car travels 22 kilometers distance means it is in the question says that auto and car covers 42 kilometers. Car can cover 22 kilometers means auto rickshaw covered 20 kilometers. So option D is our answer, 20 kilometers. Now it's time to solve quadratic equations. First equation says that 5 and 9, 5 9 times 45. 15 3 times which will be 45. Sum of these two we get 18. Okay. Minus and plus means both the roots are in positive. Here the bases are not equal. So we need to multiply this with 4. So we got a plus 60 and plus 12 are the roots for x. 22 times which will be 40 and we need to get 13 means 8 5 times. Minus and plus means both the roots are in positive. So now these comparing these two, it is clear that x is greater than y. So answer will be x greater than y is the first question answer. Next we are moving to question number 2. Question number 2 says that 20 means 5 4 times. Plus and plus means both the roots are negative. 6. We need to get to 5 means 3 2 times will be 6. Sum of these two we get to 5. Plus and plus means both the roots are negative. By comparing these two, it is clear that x is lesser than y. Okay. So answer for second question will be x lesser than y. Moving to question number 3. X square plus 12 equals to 7x means x square minus 7x plus 12 equals to 0. So for 3 times is the roots. Minus and plus means both the roots are in positive. Next one here, this is y square minus 11y plus 30 equals to 0. So roots will be 6 5 times which will be 30 and sum of these two we get 11. Minus and plus means both the roots are in positive. Comparing these roots, it is clear that x is lesser than y. So answer will be x lesser than y is the answer for third question. Now we are moving with the question number 4. Question number 4 says that 6. We need to get a unity 1. Okay. So 3 2 times which will be 6. Difference between these two we get 1. Minus and minus means plus and minus are the root signs. Bases are not equal, so we need to multiply this with 2. So we get minus 4 and 3 2 times 6. These are the roots for x. 2 21 times which will be 42. And we need to get 13. 7 6 times will be 42 and sum of these two we get 13. Plus and plus means both the roots are negative. Now by comparing these two it is very clear that x is greater than y. Okay. Next, final question of the quadratic equation. Let's solve this one. 40. We need to get 13. 8 5 times will be 40 and sum of these two we get 13. Plus and plus means both the roots are negative. Okay. 12. And we need to get 7. 4 3 times will be 12 and we got 7 sum of these two. Plus and plus means both the roots are minus. Now by comparing these two it is clear that x is lesser than y. Now it's time to solve a missing number series. Let's see the first question. Let's see the difference between these two, which will be 2. Here the difference between these two is 5. Here the difference is 11. Difference between these two is 29. Let's see double difference. Here the difference is 3. Difference is 6. 18. So 3 2 times 6. 3 times is 18. So it must be into 4 times. 18 4 times which will be 72. 72 plus 29 which will be 101. So here the difference between these two is 101 means 52 plus 102 which will be 153 is the answer. So option C is the answer for this question. Now we are going to see question number 2. The difference between these two is 10. The difference between these two is 10. The difference between these two is 15. So we need to find the differences here. So it is into 1 times. It is into 1.5 times. So it must be into 2 times and this must be into 2.5 times. So 15 2 times will be 30. 30 and 2.5 times means 75. So 173 plus 30. It is 203. 203 plus 75 we get to 278. So answer will be 203. Option B is our answer. Now we are moving to question number 3. Here I see a pattern of half minus 1. Half times means 721. 721 minus 1. So into half minus 1. Next one into half times which will be 360. 360 minus 1 which will be 359. Into half times which will be 179.5 minus 1 178.5. So here this value must be x into half minus 1 equals to 1442. So minus 1 goes other side with 1443. This 2 goes this side with multiplication. So what we have is 2886 is the answer. Option B is the answer for this question. Now we are moving to question number 4. Here we see the difference between these two is 3. Here 5. The difference between these two is 9. 20. It is 17. Okay. Let's see a double difference. Difference is 2, 4, 8. The next difference must be 16. So 16 and 17 which will be 33. So the difference here is that 33 means the answer will be 163. Option A is the answer for this question. Now we are moving with the question number 5, the final question of a missing number series. Here we see here the difference between these two is 25 plus 300 which will be 325. 325 plus 18. 325 plus 18 which will be 43. 343 is the difference between these two. Okay, here the difference will be 7 plus 18, which will be 7 plus 18. 25 is the difference between these two. Here we see a difference of plus 7 and 20. 7 plus 20, 27. Plus 27 is the difference here. Here we see a difference of minus 4. So these numbers are very clear that it is a 2 square. This is a 3 cube. This is a 5 square. This is 7 cube. So prime numbers squares and cubes. So here this must be the difference of 11 cube. 11 square. Okay, 11 square, and it is difference. X minus 11 square 121 equals to 2975. So answer will be 2975 plus 121. So answer will be 693096 is our answer. Option C is the answer for this question. Now we are going to see a data interpretation. Here we see the data is given as the percentages of the product sold. Okay, the graph says that the percentages. Okay, the directions given is the given graph shows the percentage of product sold out of the total product sold. The total product sold combining products of all together is 25000. So total is 25000 is sold. 25000 is sold, and here the graph says that percentages. A is 17%. 17% of 25000 is 250 into 17. Next one, B value will be 14%. 14% means 250 into 14. C value will be 23. So 250 into 23. D value will be, here this is 20. So 250 into 20. Next one, E value says that it is 26. So E value will be 250 into 26. We need to find the values of this one and write a table for that. So this is the table what we got. Let's see the questions that are asked. The first question says that find the difference between the product sold by A and B together and the product sold by D and E together. A and B together is 4250 plus 3500, which will be 7750, and D and E together means 1150. 11500. Difference between these two, which will be 50 and 7. 10 minus 7, which will be 3. 3750 is the answer. Option B is the answer for first question. Next, second one. What is the summation of the average number of products sold by C and D and the product sold by E alone? C and D together. C and D together is average. C and D is 10750. Average means half times. 5 times, 3 times, 7 times and 5 times. So this is the average of C and D, and the product E alone. E alone is 6500. So sum of these two. Here given that sum of these two. So what we have is 7, 5. This will be 8. 11875. Option A is the answer for this question. Okay. Now we are moving to see question number 3. Here the third question says that the price of the product B is 120 per piece and the price of product D is 20% less than the price of the product B. If 25% discount offered for both the products, that is B and D, then find the revenue earned by selling products of B and D. So 120 rupees for B. 25% discount is given. So 25% discount given means we left with 3/4. This will be 3 times which will be 90. So B sold at 90. How many products we sold for B is 3500. Okay. Next, D. D value is 20% less than the product B. So we got 90 here. 20% less means 18 less. 18 less means 72 is the selling price of D. And how many products we sold for D is 5000. So the question asked is revenue earned by B and D. So the value for these two we need to find. 9 5 times 45 and 9 3 times 27 and 4, which will be 31500. 315 000. Here 72 into 5 times 360 and 000. So sum of these two, which will be 675 000. So this is our answer. In options we don't see that answer, so answer will be none of the above. Now question number 4. What are the average number of products sold by A, B, C together? 4250 3500 plus 5750. 5750. Sum of these three, which will be 7 plus 7 14 15. This will be 10 13 13500. 13500 and asked about average means 3 divided by 3. 3 4 times will be 12 and 5 times 00. So answer will be 4500. Option C is the answer for this question. Now we are moving to question number 5, which is the final question of this series, this section. Here this question says that the total products sold by C and D together. C and D together is 10750. Or approximately what percentage more than the total products sold by A and B together. So difference between 1075 and A and B together is 7750. Okay. Difference between these two is 3000. 3000 and asking about a percentage more. More means we take lesser value, which will be 7750 into 100. So 77 becomes 300. 77.5 becomes 300. So if we take 4 times, it will be more than 30,000. So here it must be 39. So answer we got must be 39. Here the answer must be 39. So if you have any doubt, please try to solve this and see does we got the same answer or not. So thank you for watching this video till the end. If you are new to my channel, please do like, share and subscribe and click on the bell icon to get instant notification about my videos. Thanks for watching.